Air pollution occurs when the Earth's atmosphere contains a harmful mixture of solid particles and gases that affect the quality of air people breathe. It is mostly due to carbon dioxide, which is a gas released from the tailpipes of cars and smokestacks of power plants. There is currently 410 parts per million of concentrated carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, accounting for nearly 3/4 of global greenhouse gas emissions. The American Lung Association recently ranked Los Angeles the most ozone-polluted city in the United States. In fact, 1/3 of California's population deals with substandard air quality, since it holds 6 of the top 10 most polluted cities in the country, including Bakersfield, Visalia, Fresno, Modesto, and San Francisco. Extreme heat combined with thick smoke from wildfires and smog from millions of cars result in 1,300 people dying in the Los Angeles area each year. To make matters worse, a significant amount of polluted air from China travels to the west coast of the United States in only 6 days, causing Los Angeles and San Francisco's daily sulfate concentration to increase by 12 to 24%. In 2012, 3.7 million people around the world died from the effects of outdoor air pollution. In 2013, the World Health Organization classified it as the leading cause of cancer, alongside with asbestos and tobacco products. It is also linked to heart disease, anxiety, stroke, autism, and low academic achievement.
Water pollution is defined at its broadest, introducing any matter into waters which changes the physical, chemical, or biological condition of the water. It also includes placing any matter where it might fall, descend, be washed, be blown, or percolate into any waters. There are 4 main sources of water pollution: point source pollution, polluted runoff, oil, contaminants of emerging concern, CECs, point source pollution. This type of pollution comes from identifiable sources such as factories, waste treatment facilities, oil refineries, and electronic manufacture. Polluted runoff. Pollutants are picked up from the surrounding environment and carried into storm drains, which go without treatment and flow into a source of water. The main culprits are pet waste, fertilizers, pesticides, trash, and motor oil. Oil. This third source of water pollution is threatening to marine environment and species, coastal cities, and human health. Most of the pollution is contributed by the public in their use of transportation. Contaminants of emerging concern. The culprit resulting from point and non-point sources of water pollution. The perpetrator of this type of pollution is pesticides, pharmaceuticals like birth control, and personal care products, microbeads from face wash. Unfortunately, this sector of production lacks a governing body and regulation. Non-point pollution includes water washing over farmers' fields, accumulating pesticides. Groundwater pollution consists of human waste originating from outhouses. Algal blooms damage the water ecosystem due to cyanobacteria or green algae, causing red tides, patches of water where sunlight cannot reach effectively, killing off marine life and making opportune conditions to breed other harmful bacteria. These areas are aptly named dead zones. Mercury. Since the Industrial Revolution, mercury pollution in the environment has increased threefold. Mercury that is released into the atmosphere can be transported long distances and deposited in aquatic ecosystems where it is methylated into methylmercury. Mercury is a neurotoxicant to which the human fetus is very sensitive. Methylmercury is an organic form of mercury, the most toxic form, and the form that bioaccumulates in fish. Eutrophication. Too many nutrients, particularly nitrate and phosphate, are washed up into water sources, creating an algal bloom. In the words of Bruce Lee, be water, my friend.
Land pollution definition. Land pollution is the deterioration, destruction of the Earth's land surface, often directly or indirectly as a result of man activities and their misuse of land resources. Type of land pollution. There are different types of land pollution. Solid waste. These include all the various kinds of rubbish we make at home, schools, hospitals, market, and workplaces. Things like paper, plastic containers, bottles, cans, food, and even used cars and broken electronic goods. Broken furniture and hospital waste are all examples of solid waste because they do not easily decay. They pile up in landfills, a place where all the city's rubbish are sent, where they stay for thousands of years. Chemicals. Chemicals and nuclear power plants produce waste materials that have to be stored somewhere. In many cases, they are stored in an environmentally safe way, but there are some that find their way into landfills and other less safe storage facilities. Sometimes they also find their way into leaking pipes and gutters. They ended up polluting soils and making crops harmful to our health. The effects of land pollution. There can be catastrophic consequences of land pollution in relation to humans, animals, water, and soils. The effects are even worse if the garbage is not separated into organic, reusable, and recyclable waste. Dump sites and landfills also come with serious problems like very bad smell and odor in the town. Landfills breed rodents like rats, mice, and insects who in turn transmit diseases. Landfills in towns do not attract tourists to the town. The town will lose revenue. Many landfills are always burning and they cause further air pollution. The dilemma with pesticides and fertilizers. Many farming activities engage in the application of fertilizer, pesticides, and insecticides for higher crop yield. This is good because we get more food. But can you think of what happens on the chemicals that ended up in the crops and soils? Sometimes insects and small animals are killed, and bigger animals that eat tiny animals, as in food chains, are also harmed. Finally, the chemicals might be weighed down and it rains and over time. They ended up causing water pollution. But what about when these pesticides and fertilizers harm more than protect the crops, like the case in California? The class of pesticide called neonicotinoids increasingly is being blamed for killing honeybees. Their use has more than doubled in the last 10 years in California. Every year since 2006, beekeepers have noticed mysterious mass die-off of their bees. Usually they just vanish their bodies, nowhere to be found. In 2013, the European Union banned the 3 most common neonics over concerns about their effects on bees. California now is requiring companies to do more tests and submit new data about their chemicals. State scientists will evaluate this information to decide whether the state should take regulatory action. Chlorpyrifos, a pesticide recently linked to autism, is used most heavily in Fresno, Tulare, and Kerr counties. A recent University of California Davis study found that pregnant women living near fields treated with the pesticide chlorpyrifos were 3 times more likely to have a child with autism. In addition, prenatal exposure to chlorpyrifos has been linked to abnormalities in the brain surface, causing lower IQs. Early childhood exposure has been linked to developmental delays. Growing up in Imperial Valley from 1992 to 2000, Imperial County used over 1.8 million pounds of chlorpyrifos.
To address the problem of overpopulation, we need to look at 3 factors: subsistence, scarcity, and resources. Subsistence is the bare minimum our population needs to stay alive. If all we worked for was food, water, and lodging, subsistence would go hand in hand with our basic act of survival. Resources are things like the air we breathe, our water sources, land we use for living, and the raw materials that are used in the production of goods we buy. You can also think of resources as the plants and animals we use as our food. The last factor is scarcity. Scarcity is when you have more wants than there are resources to provide for those wants. In other words, humans want more stuff than we need. After knowing what subsistence, resources, and scarcity mean, here's what you should get from this. Overpopulation causes the scarcity of resources, which lead to a removal of our subsistence, or our very basic necessities for life.
Today, Japanese cities are among the world's least polluted, according to the World Health Organization. Japan's environmental record is hardly spotless, but the country lightly prides itself on blue skies, reduced taxes, and mandatory recycling. As a result, there are 8 reasons why Japan is so clean. First, no public trash cans. No problem. One of the first things you may notice when you set foot in the country is that there are few public garbage bins once you leave the train station. In Japan, I'm pretty sure the reason they have so many public trash cans is to discourage people from just throwing stuff on the ground. But generally, Japanese people don't expect others to take care of their waste. They've been taught that you should always take responsibility of your own mess and take any garbage you create home with you to dispose of. Second, tidy garbage. One reason you receive a bag at a convenience store even when you order just 1 or 2 items is that the bag helps you keep everything in one place, even after the contents of the bag become garbage. This is why having that plastic convenience store bag encourages people to pitch their refuse properly. Third, immaculate public transportation is the norm. Japan has an excellent public transportation system. They are not only safe, comfortable, affordable, and reliable, but are also very clean. It is considered to be absolutely the best in the world. When it comes to trains, the seats are well cushioned to guarantee a comfortable travel that will also help people feel socially obligated to keep clean. Fourth, cleanliness, even on the road. One of the things that surprised people when they first came to Japan was that even commercial tracks, such as those used in construction, cement making, and dirt hauling, are kept meticulously clean. Every night after their shift, truck drivers are careful to wash down their vehicles. Those semis on the highways are spotless, the chrome polished, because their drivers take pride in having beautiful sparkly vehicles. Fifth, private homes and business are expected to keep their areas clean. Why would you need street cleaners when you have a potentially endless source of inhabitants to put foam in the buildings along the sidewalk? Every morning, you'll find various people in Japan sweeping up around their house or place of employment. These are not building maintenance workers, but shopkeepers, officemen, nurses, etc. Sixth, there is an art to tossing things asunder. When it comes to household waste, you strap your bags to the neighborhood's designated curb yourself. On recyclable garbage days, you'll be expected to separate your garbage mindfully. And just to make sure you do, neighbors take turns overlooking the whole process, called gomitoban. Didn't separate your newspapers from your magazines before stacking them on the pile. Didn't rinse that soy sauce jar before tossing it in the recyclable bin. You'll have to take it back. Seventh, volunteer litter cleaning organizations help keep awareness. These NPOs take the pursuit of litter to an unprecedented level. Greenbird, an organization that can be found in many prefectures throughout Japan, invites citizens to regularly clean high-traffic areas of the city, such as near the train station. They lift tiny little pieces of paper off the dirt with tongs and collect cigarette butts that are hiding behind shrubs. 8th, neighborhood cleanups. If you live in Japan, you are bound to be asked to join regularly scheduled community cleanups in your neighborhood. At these preset times, sometimes as early as 7 a.m., so people can participate before they have to go to work. Neighbors generally tidy up the surrounding area including small parks and public toilets. A little bit of help goes a long way, and residents can take pride in their neighborhood. It's just part of the clean and tidy culture, and also have neighbors bond together as a community. Conclusion: Japan is continuously promoting clean technology and other waste recycling services to maintain its cleanliness. Being raised to be mindful of the environment is crucial to the Japanese people. They actually put more emphasis on the community rather than the individual. If one person makes a mess in the neighborhood, cleaning it up is seen as a shared responsibility of the community. This is the reason why people think twice before leaving a mess for others to clean up.